video. Remember I gave you a preview about these beautiful metal bookmarks from Let's Resin, and I'm going to show you different ways that we can do these. Here is our box and how they come. They come in all different styles, different flower layouts. You have blank ones that you can fill in and decorate however you want to. And it comes with these adorable tassels to attach to the end of your bookmark when you finish it. So we're gonna set this to the side and show you all the different designs because they're beautiful. And I'm going to just give you an overview of a few options that we have to get these done. So first of all, we use our resin tape that you can see I have already applied to this one and partially to the flower part of this one, because on this one I'm only gonna do the flower in UV resin and the rest I'm gonna pour in regular resin. And I haven't decided if I want to do a white glimmer as a backdrop to this, or if I want to use a clear, and y'all know with my little rainbow accent that just makes it sparkly, but also has some translucent colors if I want to add color. And I've been talking about these pre-colored UV resins that you simply just pour straight from the bottle into your design and cure it. That's it. Now where I'm set up at my table, I don't have my UV light because I have to plug it in and I don't have an outlet around here. So I have to work on either getting a rechargeable UV lamp or work by my outlets. But for now I have my handheld UV light that will serve the purpose for what I want to show you guys today. Now, I have some cups because you don't have to use this. Well, let's just say, I'm going to show you a way that you can make these stretch and last longer. I'm going to use the green and I'm going to mix some of my regular UV resin in with that. I still get the green and it will still cure no problem, but it stretches out my color so it lasts longer. That's one pro tip for you guys when it comes to this. The other is I can use this to dilute or lessen and give a different variant of a color, so I have different variations and details in my coloring. And I did forget to give myself more natural light. And look at that, y'all. And there was light. Super easy. As always, keep your handy dandy baby wipes, your gloves for protection, and we won't need a scale because we're not measuring these out, so we don't need to worry about that. But anytime I'm working with resin, UV or regular, I want to put gloves on. So for part one, I want to show you guys how you can do your roses or your flowers ahead of time. So we're going to set these over to the side, and I want to move these in view so you can see them really well. Let me lower this down because I want you to really, there we go. Can you see that good? Alright. I can do one better. Let's this up. Why don't we? I'm gonna make this closer to y'all by propping it on cups like so. There we go. Alright, now let's do this on white. Now you can see better, right? There you go. Look at that. Magic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to let's do our green first. There we go, some green. And this is not going to take hardly any at all. So I'm just going to add some green in my cup. I'm going to add some regular UV to my cup. And I'm going to mix this up. And I'm just going to mix it with my little point. And look, I don't want to stir all of it. I just want to give some like veining appearance. And then I'm just going to drop this into my little piece here. Like so. There we go. That's one vein, or one leaf. There's my other. I want to get some of this out. Alright, so you can see there's that leaf. We have a little one here. Do that. And then we have these over here. We're going to add like so. And I'm using my tip to push that down in. And then we have our other leaf. Wipe it on the edge, because I don't want that. There we go. And we're gonna add this one. And y'all, this is a great way to do a stained glass effect. Now, check these like so. I want to get that part out. I'm gonna wipe it on my cup because I don't want that overflowing there. All right, y'all see we have our greens, right? Everything is down. And I'm gonna take my handheld UV light and I'm just gonna cure these before I move on to my other colors. You see how easy this is, y'all? Just that simple, and it's gonna give such a beautiful look to these when we're finished. Don't forget, you have to do the under too. Both sides need to be cured, and I don't have a mirror. If you have a mirror, you can set this directly on top of a mirror, so when you're curing, it will reflect off the mirror and cure your underside too. Since I don't have a mirror, I have to cure both sides like this. And you can count in your head. These aren't very big. It's not going to take long for that to cure like so. I'm going to cure this again. And you can see this green is see-through. So you can see that is one way to use pre-colored resin and add some regular resin to it to make it transparent. So it gives that stained glass appearance. That is how you achieve that. All right, those are done. So let's move on to our next color. Now, for our rose, let's use this rose transparent color. Okay? This is not alcohol ink, and it says directly on the bottle, transparent dye. So I'm going to mix this with regular UV resin, and I'm going to color my rose with this. Now, what other color do I have? I have coral, I have fuchsia. Alright. Let's add this rose. And it's not going to take much, y'all. And let's just add a drop of fuchsia. That'll give us some variance in color. Alright, let's see what we have with these. I'll wipe this off with handy dandy wipe. Pull that back. So I'm wiping my little stick off. And then we're gonna mix this. See how it's striated? That's how I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to drop it down into my rose. Like so. And this, y'all, takes a lot of patience, huh? This is where patience comes in handy. And if you don't have a whole lot of patience, this will be a test for you, for sure. This is how you can add varying richness. If you want to add some paler colors, this is where you would do that. You can hold your frame and just push this colorant so it's level, and every little bit gets a piece of color. There we go. Want to make sure these are level, like so. Alright. Gonna wipe that off. Okay, so my stick is ready for the next one, but we're going to cure this like so. And remember I said, if you have a mirror, you can set this on top of your mirror, so when you're curing like this, it will cure both sides at the same time. If you have a double-sided UV light lamp, this is great for that. You set it on your little tray, you put it in. Alright, let's separate that. Turn our piece over and cure from the bottom. And this little handheld light that I'm using comes with Let's Resin's bonding UV, and it is rechargeable, and I'll show you in a minute. It has a USB plug, believe it or not. I know you can't see it. It is hidden. Okay, so there we go. Our piece is cured, like so. Now, isn't that beautiful? Look at that, y'all. Gorgeous. Love it. Okay, now, I said I was going to show you this little trick. So this comes with the bonding UV, and there's your little hidden UV recharger. So you can plug it into any USB slot, and it goes in like this. You'll see a little light light up, lets you know that it's charging, and then you simply, and it has a magnet. Look at that, y'all. Ta-da! And it's hidden, and nobody knows. Ta-da! So, rechargeable, handheld light, love it. And it works great when I'm in an area that I don't have a plug-in to use my regular UV light. So there you go. Now, we have to decide on a color for this flower. I'm gonna switch these around so he's closer to me over here. So there we go with that. Now, let's say we use, not blue, let's do purple for this one. What do you say about that? I think purple's great. So, we're gonna add some purple. Y'all can tell I use this a lot, because, there you go. We're gonna add some purple. And I'm going to add some clear. But I'm also gonna add, if I have any left, this beautiful pearl white. And it is pre-colored, and I love it. And Let's Resin came out with a brand new, can I get any out? Oh, I love this pearl, I use it a lot. Probably not, I should have left it upside down. Alright, so I'll leave that upside down for later. But I do have a white transparent ink I can put in there to do what I want. Make sure you shake these bottles really good, because the color settles on the bottom, and you want to make sure that it's good and incorporated. There. Okay. So, you can see that my stick is clean, and I'm just gonna incorporate it like so. I'm gonna get some on my stick, and I'm going to put it down in my flower like that. Y'all, this is gonna be beautiful. So you can make striations in a marble effect, even with pre-colored resin. And this is how you do that. And I just let gravity pull it down off my stick into the frame. We have this one here. This area we want to make sure that we get to. And I think we have, take some off because I really want it blush. I want to be able to see the gold through this. this. Okay. So there we go. We have our purple ready. And we're gonna cure it. But you see how easy this is, y'all. It's not hard at all. And you get beautiful designs with these frames. Aren't these gorgeous? I'm so excited for this, y'all. And now I gotta figure out what color do I want to put on the background. And I think I'm gonna do this 2 ways. I am gonna mix up some regular resin and put in this one. And this one, I might just use some clear UV with a little of my rainbow. Alright, let's cure the back of this. So let's go. Look at that, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? See that? So we're going to cure this. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to do these pieces. So we have that cured. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, y'all. So adorable. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, this is not, I'm going to fix this first of all because this tape is not flush. You want to make sure that your tape is completely sealed on the back of your frame so you don't have resin seeping out of your metal frame. So we don't want that to happen. So for this one, I have a little bit of red. I'm going to use this little bit of red. I'm going to put regular UV resin with this red, and I'm gonna add, where did my rainbow go hiding? Some of my rainbow, well that nabbit, y'all. I just had it and it walked away. Can you imagine that? Where did it sneak off to? Well, that's alright, because I have some backup. I always keep this handy, so I always make sure I have some in stock, because sometimes it's hard to get. So I'm going to shake this very well, because I don't want all my color at the bottom. I want it all incorporated in this, because I want this glistening, glittery, beautiful effect that we get. And I have to trim this top like so. And I'm gonna put, I want you to see, 3 little drops. That's all it takes. Doesn't take much at all. And you see that, right? Our color likes to stick to the side of these paper cups. And I think I'm going to add a few drops of this white transparent ink in here. Let go. Goodness gracious. Alright. It's not cooperating either. So I added a few drops of white. I'm just going to stir around like so. Okay? And for our rose, this off here, I'm just going to pour drop some of this color down in these little nooks and crannies around our leaves. There we go. And I just want that base color, y'all, because I can go back and add clear UV over the top and give a little more dimension and added layer to that. So I'm okay that it's not completely full. That's all right. Okay. Now we have this little drop here. Like I said, I just want to make sure, and I see a little leakage. I did not check the top of my piece up there. So we have a little leaking out. All right. I'm going to like this. Alright, so I want to get this cured, especially the top here. Alright. So we're going to do that real quick. I did not check this as level. That is one boo-boo I made. But I wanted you guys to get an idea. So this is my bad. And you see where it's leaking up top? Because I did not check to make sure this was completely sealed. And I have a big opening gap right there, which I'll fill in a minute. 2 gaps right here. I just want to get this started so we stop losing that resin. Alright, let's take our cup and add right here to our little neglected guy. We have another little neglected guy. See how easy it was to fix that, y'all? It's really easy. We can go back and add Alright, so let's fix, wrong way. Let's fix our neglected guys. See, I filled that in. It's all good. You can go back and add it. You can add clear over there, and it's still going to pick up your pink, all that. It's just going to complete your level and your layer. That's all you're doing right now. And yes, this would go so much better under a regular light, but we do what we gotta do. I am all about showing y'all how to adapt, right? Okay, so this, we want to cure our back. You see how beautiful that is, y'all? Gorgeous. So we're curing everything. And I'll go back and add, see this little part right here, I can add regular resin, UV resin to that, and fill that in, no problem. But I wanted to show you guys how beautiful is that? Gorgeous. That is neglected too, huh? Can't forget him. I saw him peeking through. So there we go with that. And these. We can add a little more to. There we go. And that is all we do with that. So there's one little bookmark for you. Now with this one, the other one, I can mix up some resin, regular resin, and I'll use my Let's Resin resin. And of course I'm gonna add some of my rainbow little sparkle to jazz it up. And then I'm going to use, where did it go? My white shimmer as a background, as a backdrop for this flower. So I will have a glimmery white background with my rainbow little sparkle in it to give it a little more pop and sparkle there too. So I have a white background. If I wanted to print out a name using my Cry-Cut, whatever, I still have space to add that to personalize these little pieces. So for now, I'm gonna leave this like it is. I'm gonna mix up my regular resin and I'm gonna pour this with the white shimmer and my rainbow and let this cure. And then we'll come back and we'll show y'all these beautiful finished pieces. So grab a drink. It'll only be a few minutes for you guys. It's gonna be a little longer for me, but I'll see you in a few.